Welcome back, everyone. Merry Christmas Eve. We do have a first warning weather alert because unfortunately Mother Nature is bringing us quite a few Christmas gifts, and none of them are going to be fluffy and white, but we've got some heavy rain on the way. 2 to 3 inches of rain. Again, on its own, that's a lot of rain, but you add the melting snowpack to that. We're looking at flooding concerns in your home, on the roadways, and also near bodies of water. Then you tap into the 50 to 60 mile per hour wind gusts, of course. Power outages are certainly likely and may be widespread with this storm. So plan ahead, charge up those devices now, charge up the extra batteries now, make sure you've got the flashlights ready to go, with batteries or some candles before you go to bed. That way, if you wake up without power, you'll be ready to go. Now, the worst of it's going to be between about 2 a.m. and 10 a.m. Christmas morning. Of course, we'll time that out for you more in just a bit. But dew points right now in the 50s. Extremely rare for December. This whole setup really is just rare, as mentioned, very 2020-esque. Now, visibility, not currently an issue. It was earlier because we had the dew points, we had the warm, moist air moving over the snowpack, but the winds have really ramped up and mixed things out at the surface. So at least visibility at this point, if you're heading to where you need to go, it shouldn't be too much of an issue. A little bit of reduced visibility in North Adams at 7 miles, but for the most part, all clear. And that's, of course, like I mentioned, the winds are ramping up now. We're in this double digits here for sustained winds, and wind gusts are really starting to pick up too, 20 to 30 miles an hour, and nearing 40 miles an hour actually in Pittsfield, 37 miles an hour right now there. So that's going to be the case as time goes on. We've got a high wind advisory for the Valley and parts of Worcester County, and a high wind warning for Berkshire County, Connecticut, Rhode Island, Cape and the Islands. Likely that they will see hurricane force winds in excess of 74 miles an hour, of course. But here locally in the Valley and in Western Massachusetts, 50 to 60 miles an hour, certainly possible. It's 2020 after all that we see some isolated wind gusts in excess of 60 miles an hour. But the peak of the gusts are going to pick up overnight tonight. So really it's going to ramp up between about 1 to 2 o'clock in the morning. And that sticks with us for the morning hours of Christmas. Things will calm as the day goes on, but the rest of the day on Friday and even into Saturday is going to be pretty breezy. So again, plan for the power outages. They're certainly going to be doing their best to restore power, but they have to keep safety in mind. And with those wind gusts still in place as the day goes on Friday, even into Saturday, as Leon mentioned, this could be a multi-day event. So it's possible that you don't get your power back until over the weekend. Hopefully that's not the case, but plan ahead in case it is. In addition to that, we've got to worry about this rain. And as I mentioned, 2 to 3 inches of rain is a lot. Isolated amounts of 3 inches or more possible. And then you add in that melting snowpack, of course, it's no surprise that we have a flood watch in effect for all of New England. 1 a.m. this evening in the overnight through 1 p.m. on Christmas. So certainly be mindful if you're hitting the roads. Hopefully you're not. But if you have to, of course, avoid standing water. Increase your following distance. You're going to want to avoid things like cruise control because it impairs your ability to really stop quickly. And of course, if you're hydroplaning, you're going to want to react slowly. Just pump the brakes. Try not to slam on the brakes. So the widespread rain moves in the overnight hours tonight about 2 o'clock in the morning, sticks with us through Christmas morning. In fact, an embedded thunderstorm cannot be ruled out. So don't be surprised if you hear a rumble of thunder there. Things will be kind of starting to wean off in the later part of the morning. And as we head into the afternoon and evening, we'll start to see some clearing, at least in terms of moisture for tomorrow. General thunderstorm risk for us here through 7 a.m., but some severe weather to the south is certainly likely. So if that's where you are for Christmas Eve or Christmas Day, keep that in mind. There was actually some severe thunderstorm watches and even tornado watches down in areas of the Carolinas. So that's pretty much it for the weather. Temperature is going to be highest in the morning and decline from there. It's going to be windy and breezy behind the storm, but the rest of the holiday weekend looking to be mainly quiet and dry.